Good evening, people. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Football Takeover for the preview show for obviously Leeds United versus Arsenal. Huge game, obviously, considering our last couple of results. So we want to get back to winning ways. So I'm pleased to say that, obviously, behind the scenes, as always, we've got the myth, the man, the legend that is Bobby. So big up, Bobby. Also, obviously, as you can see on our screen, we have my brother from another mother, which is Ali. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, it's all good, G. How are you doing, geeks? You all well? I'm just, I'm not in my usual location. I'm in a place where I eat quite regularly, so they've allowed us to film in here today. So we're at Chicken Kitchen in West London. It's a Caribbean food spot, and I come here. They know my order as soon as I walk in, so I've got a good little relationship with the people here, and they've allowed Football Takeover to
Nice.
be hosted from here tonight.
Nice. That's good. And yeah, I am well. I'm well. Like I said to you on last night's stream, so today was an inset. There were no kids at school, but we had first day training from about 9 a.m. till 4. And I'd be pleased to know that I passed. So fully first day trained for the next 3 years. So hopefully I won't have to use some of the training, because some of the training is, like I say, offline. I was saying it's some heavy stuff in terms of CPR and stuff. So God willing, I don't have to use that stuff, but it's good to scratch up on my first aid skills. And yes, we're also joined by Nick. How you doing, bro?
Oh, it's been a long week, gents. I'm glad it's Friday. The return of football after the United result. It's just like, let's get to the next one. You know, that's kind of the feeling now. Let's just get on with it. Let's get into it. So happy to be talking to you both.
Excellent. So yeah, and obviously at the moment we've got quite a few people watching already. I can see that the comments are also coming in thick and fast. So I just want to say a quick thank you, obviously, at the beginning of the stream for everybody who is supporting the channel. We hit a little bit of a milestone the other day. We hit 300 subs on YouTube. So thank you so much for all your support. And like I said, please do continue to support us on this journey. That is the Football Takeover. So yeah, obviously, let's get down to business. I mean, obviously we're going to have our slides. We're going to preview the game. Bobby's put together, obviously, the stats, everything we need to know, and we'll start to go through them. But I mean, given, let's put aside, we're in the cups. Let's put aside the fact that, we're absolutely flying in the Champions League. And I'll come to you first, Nick, on this one. I mean, how are you feeling going into this game? Because, a lot of Arsenal fans were really confident going into the Liverpool game, confident again going into the Forest game. I mean, nobody envisioned that we were going to lose to a United side, regardless of a new manager bounce, regardless of the fact that, they served up City. No one really saw a loss being delivered at the Emirates. So going into this game, this would typically be a game you'd expect us to win. But with the added context of obviously the last 3 results, I mean, how are you feeling going into this weekend's match?
I think it's a double-edged sword. I think sometimes you can take any opponent too lightly, and in the Premier League, you cannot. When you have a look at the table and look who's at the bottom of the table compared to who's at the top, some of the teams that are near the bottom don't make sense. Mm-hmm. Their squads are stronger than where they are, and so there's a bit of displacement. When it's coming to Leeds, they're a dangerous team on their own patch, and I feel we're getting to that stage of the season where low blocking a visiting club does not necessarily aid where you are at this stage. You need to start putting points on the board. And I think maybe United might give certain clubs more confidence than they should. And I think their need to start picking up 3 points, particularly at home, may help us in our quest to keep rolling forward. It's not alarm stations yet. We've got about 5 fixtures before Chelsea, is it now? All in all?
Something like that, yeah.
And it's now time to make hay when the sun shines. And that's what I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them to look within the squad, look at themselves and be the difference. That's what I'm looking for. Champions will go out there and win. And what they do over these next few days, you're not looking for your teammate to go and pull you through the mud. You're not looking for that. You've got to step on there and go, boys, I've got this. I'm going to be the difference. And that's what we need from all of our individuals, whether that is people we're saying should be playing or people that get picked. Doesn't matter. Whoever steps on that pitch and pulls on that jersey have to perform. And that's where we are if we want silverware.
Absolutely. Echo everything you said. And I mean, I'll come to you, Ali. Obviously, the kind of question is, how are you feeling? But before you give me your thoughts on that. Let's not sugarcoat this. We are disappointed. We're disappointed that we didn't beat a subpar Liverpool side. We're disappointed that we couldn't get a goal and put together a win against a relegation battling Forest.
Yeah.
And let's face it, Man United have not been amazing. Yeah, they put in a performance against City, but obviously in hindsight, on reflection, you sleep on it. We give the whole context of we are 4 points still ahead of the league, but let's be real here. We did not expect getting 2 points from those 3 fixtures. So, that's a lot of points dropped, in the grand scheme of things. So how are you feeling at this moment in time ahead of the Leeds game?
Well, listen, first and foremost, I'm just going to echo what you both have said. I agree with everything that Nick has just said as well, with regard to the team and how they need to move forward. I was expecting 7 points from the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we might draw against Liverpool, beat Forest away, and then beat United at home.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that did not happen. The reality is we've got 2 draws and a defeat. Overall, we should be 7 points clear at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 3 points down from where I envisioned us to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate. I think, like Geek said, it's very easy for us fans just to be like, right, he's not playing, get rid of him, get him out. But the players that are playing need to perform.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
So then it comes down to, okay, Arteta.
Yeah.
Right. Can you see what we see? What do you see that what we don't? What do you see in the players that you're starting regularly that we don't as fans? So these are the next questions that we need to have, because ball retention,
Mm-hmm.
Martin Odegaard's perfect for that. Is Martin Odegaard this season in the Liverpool game, the Forest game, the United game, did we really need him for ball retention in those 3 games? Because he's not performing his GA. So all he's got going for him is he knows when to press when he doesn't have the ball, and he keeps the ball very well. So if he's not doing that, that's the bare minimum he does. And if he's not getting the GA, which we need right now, and those 3 games have shown that we need, what's the point of him starting? So in my personal opinion, what we need to do is start Havertz in the 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then that hopefully opens up a few other positions like the striker, Gyökeres, wingers, into more attacking positions to get their shots off earlier, etc. And then when we're winning, then you bring on a Martin Odegaard to keep the ball, keep it moving sideways, keep it controlled like he likes, Arteta, to get the points over the line in games. And I feel in the Liverpool game, I think we disrespected them. I don't think we gave them enough respect. The boys probably thought at halftime, okay, we'll just do what we normally do, come out in the second half, and then we'll deal with them. The opposite happened. They looked shell-shocked for about half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour. And then by then it was too late. Against Forest, we didn't perform at the highest of levels, but we had 2 or 3 chances that you would expect us to take. Martinelli, Moreno being the 2 main chances for me in that game. They should be in the net. It was harder to miss than score in those positions. The header and the one that hit Martinelli on the inside of the heel. Going on to last weekend, take the lead, just like we want. Our team's winning. We're ahead. We go passive. We go passive. They equalise. We start to push a bit more. Then they score the second out of nowhere. Outstanding finish. I've been saying it since it's happened. Tony Yeboah, bringing back the days, mate. Ding ding against what was it? I think it was Wimbledon at home at Ellen Road.
You done it with both feet, 2 running months.
You can't do nothing about that. Whether it was handball, whether it was handball or whatever, we keep it moving. 2-1. And guess what he does? He brings on all the players that we want him to start. Eze, None. Where does Saka end up? What's Bobby been saying? What's a few of you been saying? Play Saka left wing.
Yeah.
So when he's desperate, he can let the shackles off. That proves even more that Mikel is a very reserved manager. But when he's desperate and he needs to change things, he's just proven in that last game he can bring on 4 subs. It was Gyökeres, Eze, None, and I can't remember the fourth one. And then he went for it. But by then, United were in the ascendancy. They had their confidence. They were defending something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we make it 2-2, and then we go passive again with attacking players on the pitch. It doesn't make sense to me.
We're not quick enough moving forward.
No.
And that's what we're looking for Odegaard. When you're looking, there's a ball. Do you remember in the last couple of games, it might have been Forest. Saliba played the ball between 2 defenders that arced in. Do you remember the ball I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes.
You know that you remember that sort of Cesc Fabregas sort of slide rule passing, right? That's what we want right now, because who feeds on that sort of ball that we've got playing in our team?
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. Yep.
Right? So what are we looking from Odegaard? It's not just that control. If I'm looking, because we know that he can do that incisive play forward. That's what I'm looking for him. That's what I'm getting frustrated.
You know what, Geeks? I haven't seen that since Newcastle away.
Right.
That was
the
a
reality
long
is,
time ago.
I mean, the reality is like there's no point in having the ball if you ain't gonna do nothing with it. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Do you know what I'm saying? Right. So I'll be real. Yeah. I'll be real. Like going into this weekend's game, I'm not pessimistic, but I'm not optimistic either. And the reason why is because I feel like Leeds are going to set up how most teams set up against us. I think they're gonna have that deep block. Obviously, whatever they're gonna hit us on the counter.
Could be Sunderland away.
I'm skeptical about whether Arteta is going to pick the side that we were calling out for. At the moment, I don't think we're defending as well as have been. So I'm not saying we're going to lose. This is not me, chewing a wasp, chewing a wasp and being miserable. Nothing like that. But I'm just not going into the game thinking, we're going to walk all over Leeds. I really don't see that happening. I think they're going to shut up shop. I think they're going to make it difficult for us. And I think it's going to be up to us in terms of team selection, in terms of how we play, how we ping the ball around.
To unpick them.
To unpick them. But I think not necessarily teams have found the blueprint, but there is a way to set up against Arsenal that can stifle us, and make the game a lot more difficult if needs be. And we're not seeing that in the Champions League, and that's because teams are coming to play. So we can't really look at our Champions League form, even our cup form, because cup games are completely different. It's like you know what I mean. You got to leave it all on the pitch on the night. Like
that's right,
absolutely. One winner.
So I think league games are different. So like, at the end of the day, like I'm expecting us to win, but I'll be honest, like I'm looking for a reaction from Arteta to switch it up. I'm looking for a reaction from the players, but I just feel like this could be like we could be sitting here on Sunday evening, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points. But I don't know. I'm very skeptical going into the weekend. I really am. But what I do know for a fact is we need a result.
Yes.
That is like even if the performance is not to the levels that we expect, we need 3 points. We really do, because I think we need to start getting back to winning ways, because I don't think we can afford for this lead at the top to drop any more than it already has, Ali.
For me, I don't care about what's going on in these last few weeks. If they want to win this league, and if I was coaching them, this Premier League title is literally going to get decided, in my personal opinion, within the next 2.5, 3 weeks. And I'll tell you why. Because we've got Leeds away, Sunderland at home, Brentford away. If we win all 3 of those games and City drop points in one, that takes us back to a 7-point gap. Right? So forget. So again, I'm sure Arteta's debriefed them and gone through the games and what they need to do better. It's quite simple. He always says it. You got to be ruthless in both boxes.
Yeah.
You've been shit at keeping clean sheets,
Mm.
and you've been absolutely shocking when it comes to finishing bread and butter chances.
Mm.
So that needs to improve. We don't create a lot, Nick and G, but when we do, these boys need to finish their chances, man.
They need to finish their dinner.
They're not hard chances. How is Gyökeres ballooning that shot over against Kyriat the other day? Kyriat, how do you say it?
Because there wasn't pressure on it wasn't pressure on the result, was there? That's a relaxing game.
It over. I'm talking about the one from 1 yard.
Oh, I know the one you said because I looked at my boy and I was like, oh, that it's a nothing game at that point.
But again, you said that's not under pressure. What did Martinelli do under pressure? He's done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moreno scores headers all the time. Boom, Newcastle away. Yeah, he does it. He done it.
It's these fine margins, isn't it?
Fine margins.
Fine margins.
You score those goals. You score one of those boys. Score that goal at Forest. We win that game 1-0.
1-0, completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is fine margins. We've got a 4-point lead. We would have taken it at the beginning of the season. But the situations we find ourselves in, we need to finish this title race. We need to finish this league now. Arsenal fans, we've suffered for over 2 decades. That's why we get desperate after every game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we got PTSD. We're suffering from previous experiences, finishing second 3 times in a row. This is nothing new. We've done this under Wenger. Second. This ain't nothing new. Get over the line and create a dynasty. Because with the likes of Julian Alvarez, Boadi coming, we got to get moving. And whether you're playing home or away, Arsenal Football Club, from now on to the end of the season, we need to be brushing these teams away sharpish and not taking it into the last minutes of the game.
Because I feel like we're over-rotating the defenders, though.
Kai Havertz is the key to these next 3-4 games. For me, he plays tomorrow. He's on the bench for the Carabao Cup game. And he plays again against... I don't know if it's Sunderland or Brentford first, but I think it's Sunderland first, and we've got
to get him match ready, definitely. Yeah.
I was going to say, will his body let him?
I think it will, because in my personal opinion, I mean, Bobby's in the comments, so he can confirm this for me or not. I think he's been fit for 2-3 weeks. I think they've been holding him back.
He looked good. He looks good.
He looked really good.
He looked good.
He was playing. Oh.
Yeah, he's sharp. Yeah. I only need 60 minutes of Havertz against Leeds. That's enough. That'll get us the goals ahead. Then you can bring on Martin Odegaard in the 10. Have you noticed when he's coming on in these 1 or 2 appearances, Portsmouth here and there, he's coming on in the 10. He's not coming on as a 9. So that says to me what Bobby said at the beginning of the season, middle of the season is correct. Havertz and Gyökeres, that's Arteta's plan. And if that first half the other day was something to go by, I would like to see 60 minutes against Leeds. And then slowly build him up to Sunderland at home, 70, 80 minutes, Brentford away, 3-4 days rest, get him on for 90 minutes. Or as soon as the game's... If we're 2-3 goals up, you take him off.
Absolutely.
You don't need to keep him on.
Just need to get ahead in those games early.
Thank you very much.
Getting the first goal. Getting the first goal is key.
Why do we need to score first? So then that opens up the opposition. So for us to score more.
Definitely. And I mean, if you look at this, obviously looking at some of the stats now, this is a favourable, fixture for us, obviously. I mean, I think this isn't rocket science. I don't think this will be a surprise to anyone, Having played them 31 times, there's only been 5 draws. Leeds have won 8 times, 5 of which were at home. Only 3 away, surprisingly. Whereas, obviously, 18 wins for Arsenal on our home turf. Obviously, this is an away game, so... 18 Arsenal wins. 12 of them were at home, but 6 of them have been away. Recent meetings. So, I mean, again, if you look at this, I mean, every single time we've played them in the last 5 fixtures, we've had some really heavy wins here. So 5-0 home to Leeds, 4-1, 1-0 away win, 2-1 at home, and a 4-1 away win to Leeds. So this is definitely a favourable fixture. I mean, the form guide for us, obviously, terrific, win against Villa, scraped a 3-2 against Bournemouth, and then obviously the last 3 games have not been great. The 0-0 draw to Liverpool, 0-0 draw to Forest, and then a 3-2 home defeat to United. Whereas when you look at Leeds' form, decent draw against Liverpool, another decent result against Manchester United, 1-1. They lost narrowly to Newcastle 4-3 away from home. They won at home 1-0 against Fulham, and then recently drew away to Everton. So I mean, that's not horrendous form when you actually think about it. They've drawn with 2 top 6 sides, narrowly lost to a Newcastle side. Obviously, that's gunning for Europe. Won a home game against a decent Fulham side. I mean, on their day, Fulham are a game for anyone. Similarly with Everton. So I mean, their form is not particularly bad at the moment. Looking at the stats, I'm just going to make my screen a little bit larger because it's coming up small. So league position-wise, obviously, top of the tree. Whereas Leeds, this feels somewhat similar to the preview of the Nottingham Forest game, in my opinion. You've got Leeds, obviously, in 16th place. We've won 15, they've won 6. We've drawn 5 games, they've drawn 8. We've lost 3. Most recently against United, they've lost 9. Goals scored per game. Us is 1.8, theirs is 1.3. Not a massive significant difference between that. Goal conversion, 12% for us, 10% for them. Goals conceded per game, 0.7. Defense, obviously, for the large part of the season has been doing well, whereas for them it's 1.7. Chances created. I mean, when you look at some of these stats, I'll come to you first, Ali. Does it surprise you that some of these stats, because when you look at the overall stats, league position wise and games won, there's quite a significant difference between. But when you look at some of the stats, like for example, goals scored, goal conversion, and even chances created, I mean, there's not a huge difference between the sides. So does that kind of concern you going into the game against Leeds?
I'll be honest with you, and you're gonna probably laugh or chuckle at this, but I'm not concerned about anybody. I'm just concerned about Arsenal and Arteta, to be quite honest. And that's not being arrogant. I said this before the Forest game. I say it again before the United game, Manchester United. Now we've got Leeds. For me, we're not taking enough of our chances. We're not creating enough chances, but we're creating enough to win all these games. Now we scored 2 goals against Man United, but we conceded 3. So when we start scoring, we're conceding. When we're not scoring, it's a mess at the moment. I've seen Leeds play quite a bit this season. They're a very, very good outfit. They should have beaten United. They should have been 3-4 up against Everton at half time. So this Leeds side, they're going to come at us. They are very quick, very direct with their play. They play much better football than Nottingham Forest. So I'm not surprised by the stats that Leeds have put up for their standard and what they've got. Our stats are below the standard when it comes to shot conversion. It's at 12%. I've noticed that it fluctuates between 12 and 13, 13, 12, 12, 13. Like Bobby always says, that needs to be at 15. If it's at 15, we're winning all these games. So I think Kai Havertz is a very, very important part of us improving our goal stats and our conversion rate in turn. So that's where we're at with that. And then we would be 5%. If Havertz was fit at the beginning of the season, would that 12% conversion be at 14, 15? Quite possibly. Going off just what he's done when he's come on. But again, composure. Do we have enough quality up front? It's not surprised that we're being linked with Julian Alvarez because I think Yorker is 5 games, last 5 games, 5 GA. So he's starting to get there. We need Saka. Saka, he's my man. Love the guy. We all love him. Last time he played at Leeds, he scored that ripper into the top with his right foot, roof of the net. We need a bit of that tomorrow. 13 games, no goals.
It's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So is that down to the manager? Because he's always performed for this manager.
So
what's going on there?
No
one's talking about that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It is true. I'm going to come to you, Neil. Quite clearly from the stats we've now got on the screen, we're going to have more of the ball. I mean,
It's
it's
Nick.
pretty. Oh, sorry,
All
Nick.
right,
Sorry.
it's seen Neil
the
in the
house.
chat. That's what it is.
Apologies.
He's reading Neil in the
Yeah.
chat. And he's
Apologies, Nick. My bad. My
all right, I
bad.
knew what you
We're
did.
gonna clip that one, G.
But yeah, obviously, Nick, like, you know, we're looking at these stats, and I think it's obvious that, you know, it's not rocket science. We're going to have more of the ball.
Yeah.
Quite clearly, our passing accuracy is going to be better.
Yeah.
You know, we do rely more on, you know, the ball on the ground rather than the ball in the air. So, I mean, looking at those two stats specifically, we're going to have more of the ball. We're going to have better passing accuracy. Is the key to having the ball more and the passing accuracy actually translating into goals? Is the key to that the selection that Arteta goes with in terms of players he picks?
I think it's got to be goal creation, chance creation. I think that's what you've got to look at. One of the things that I've been going on about for like a broken record for a couple of months is I feel Saliba and Gabriel are over-rotating rather than focusing on their job at the back. And it's what we're asking of them. We're asking them to get up by the 18-yard box, edge of the 18-yard box, but to be that position. Now, I'm arguing I don't want them on the ball. As good as they are, I want Eze or Odegaard to be able to play that defense splitting pass. Having a defender on that, they're not going to play the ball that you need, so it's too slow. And then when you have a look at us when we're attacking, we usually have 4 attackers stood, marked, up against the defense. I'm looking for people to drop short, go running behind, but then the midfield has to play that ball. Zubimendi, he's brilliant at it. We haven't seen enough of that skill set of him, but someone's got to drop short, spinning behind, and then they've got to be willing to play that ball through. And I think this game comes down to chance creation, 3 chances. Look how close we are to Leeds there in the chance creation. And I think that is the biggest stat that we need to improve. You create more chances, you're going to have more chance of getting it in the back of the net. And that's what it is. We need to move the ball faster.
Absolutely. And I agree. I think a lot of this comes down to personnel, in my opinion. And this obviously brings us over to Ali. I'll come to you. Looking at the Arsenal out list now, obviously Timber, it says here, is 92% fit. Saliba 91% fit. Havertz 92% fit. I mean, looking at this, obviously we're going to get onto predicted lineups and stuff like that shortly. Given the way Havertz has played, given how instrumental both Saliba and Timber are, do you start all 3 of these players against Leeds?
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt. Yes,
Okay.
yes. And oh, by the way, just quickly, I've noticed, Bobby, amazing stuff with the slides, mate, because I'm loving the percentages, because that's the first time we've had that on the out list.
Yeah, it's good.
So again, we're developing it, so it's all good. But yeah, I expect all 3 to start. I'll be extremely disappointed if Havertz does not start this match. Havertz, for me, between now and the end of the season, if he's not fatigued or below a certain percentage, like we can have a visual on now, from now to the end of the season, he starts every single game. Every single game.
Absolutely.
Did you see the runs that Gyökeres was making the other day, lads?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Kyria, I don't care if it's Burnley, I don't care if it's Man City.
I know. He looked good, didn't he?
Havertz will hit those passes.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. It's just the way he plays.
Yeah.
He's a touch and a move guy.
Yeah.
He likes moving the ball quickly, because then that gives him more time and space in the second phase of his game.
Absolutely. Drifts into the box.
And I'm sure this is one guy that Arteta stuck by.
Yeah.
Remember? Back when I'm not sure about Havertz, 50-50 when he first came, wasn't too sure. But I'm telling you now, this could be a full circle moment if he brings Havertz in and replaces Odegaard. And if I don't know, Bobby, are the rumours true in the background with potentially Odegaard leaving in the summer? I don't know if you can let us know about that, but tomorrow will let us know, because he's fit to play. I saw the press conference earlier. Havertz had no reaction to playing the other night, and Arteta said he's fit to play. He's ready, and he's knocking on my door. And he said that with a smile. So, Mikel, do the right thing. Play the players that the fans and you want to play. Yeah. And if they don't perform, at least we can say, oh, they didn't perform. It's down to the players.
Yeah.
Make your job easier in this running.
Get the games won, then take players off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's kind of perfect, really, in terms of the conversation with regards to injuries as we look ahead to obviously what's on the screen now in terms of the predicted lineup. I mean, predicted lineup and formation for the Arsenal game. Obviously, Arsenal against Leeds is a 4-3-3 with Raya in goal, back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Hincapié. So we are expected to take obviously the risk with regards to Timber and Saliba. Hincapié obviously comes in. We know he's back. We know he's more or less fully fit. Midfield three is an interesting one, obviously, given the fact that a lot of debate, a lot of conversation about Kai playing, a lot of debate, a lot of conversation about Eze should be getting game time. But according to the predicted lineup, we are looking at, potential midfield three of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard. Interestingly, also, we saw it in the comments, and I've seen it a lot on the timeline on X. Calls for Zubimendi to be dropped after the last game he had. And then we've got a front three of Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. So, Neil, if this is the lineup,
Nick?
Oh my God, what is going on? Bruv, Ali and Musi is just they are just gonna clip me up, Listen, it's been a long week, people, man. You need to allow me. I'm gymming, I'm working, I'm short-staffed. My gosh, listen.
For the rest of the stream, you can call me Neil. It's fine. It's okay.
No. I feel so bad, man. It's because they're both ends, man. They're both ends. I'm just gonna. This is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, bro. I'm just gonna say, bro. Yeah, right, bro.
Call him Geeks.
Bro.
Yeah, Geeks work too. Yeah,
that's his nickname.
Nick.
Yes.
If this is the lineup for the Leeds game,
yeah,
what feelings? How are you going to feel about it if this is the lineup for the Leeds game, Nick?
Let me be absolutely clear. If he plays to his capability, this team, and there are two players whose performance I'm concerned about. Three. That's Odegaard, Saka, and Gyökeres. Because how Odegaard and Saka feed Gyökeres, I'm not convinced about. Okay, we need to get that number 9. We need to get that number 9 working. Saka is not the player at the moment that he was. I think that's pre-injury last season.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that guy. And he struggled at the back end of last season. And there are moments in his game where you can see it, but that extra bit that makes him special.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there yet for me. That's just me being honest. I'm not hating on the guy. Love him. Odegaard needs to be. We'd need to see his best performance of the season for me. That's kind of where we're in that sort of place, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that was, I just don't feel like we were going to move the ball fast enough. And I think we're going to see the same game that we've seen 30 other times before, which is a bit slow and sideways. And, it's going to be a frustrating watch. That's how I feel with that lineup.
I hear it. And I'm going to come to you, Ali. Okay. I mean, if this is the lineup, hour before the game, thoughts on it? I feel like you're going to be disappointed.
It's a quality lineup, but Odegaard's not in form. Saka's not in form. Saka plays because he just takes 2-3 players out of the game, right? So for me, I'll keep that lineup and I'll take Havertz and I'll put Havertz in, take Odegaard out, and then maybe as the game develops, you shift Saka to the left and bring on Noni because goal difference will be important as well. We need a statement win, and I want us to really start smashing teams, just to calm the players' nerves and also to calm the fans' nerves. We're due to win a game 3 or 4. Whether it's this one, Sunderland at home, whether it's Brentford away, which I'll be at, something's got to give in these next 3 games, and we need 3 wins. First and foremost, we all want 3 points. Second of all, we need to win well. Just to put a little bit of pressure on Villa and City to say, you know what, these are actually back. Because at the moment, we've got 2 points from 9. And that needs to change to 9 out of 9. And then I think City might drop a couple.
I don't want to focus too much, obviously, on the Leeds lineup. But I'll come to you, Nick. Is there anybody in particular in the Leeds first 11 of their predicted lineup that you're worried about in particular?
They're just a very good unit. You know, the one that just because of he's a bit like Watkins, Calvert-Lewin. You know, they just always tend to pop up against us. Do you know what I mean?
He's he's going to be a handful. He is.
Yeah, it's that sort of striker. It's that sort of thing where you're just like, I just feel Saliba needs to up his game a little bit. The boys need to be switched on, and how they're screened from midfield needs to be effective. If they look at the United game where they were very direct against us, moved with the ball, and we didn't handle it very well, well, that's Leeds. That's what they're going to come and do tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is how they. I mean, I don't know how to say his name, but Gonzo, the little fella, the little Italian fella. Italian, I think so. Speedy. I think he's injured at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're a nippy side all around.
Yeah, they are.
We got James
I'll be
Justin.
honest.
James Justin right back. He scored
Yeah.
a couple of goals for Leicester against us in the 4-2 win a couple of seasons ago at the Emirates. He's going to bomb forward.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're not the greatest.
Yeah.
So the idea in this game for me is get the crowd calm, make sure we can just suppress that atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's not under the lights. It's a 3:00 kickoff. So we need to use that to our advantage. We need to get the first goal. And if we get the second, it could be 3 or 4.
Yes.
So the quicker we settle in this game and take the lead, the better for us, I personally think.
Because I think it's exhausting. You know what we were saying about Liverpool back in September? Every single time, it's not sustainable. They can't keep doing that. I feel like we're in that saloon now. I feel like every time the game is 0-0, 1-0, 2-1, I feel like we're playing to the 90th minute and extra time, and every player is maxing their minutes. Whereas if you get the game done and you get 3 goals in the bag, and that's by the 70th, like we used to do, you can drag people off and start rotating and managing load. And I think it's going to be a bust economy if we carry on like that.
Basically, in a nutshell, what Geeks just said there, we've done that against Inter Milan.
Yeah.
So if you can do it in San Siro, you can do it at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
So just can we please start activating in the Premier League?
Absolutely.
These are the two players. Like for me, Nick, for me, Ali, when I looked at that predicted lineup, and I kind of echo everything what Nick said. I mean, there's just something about Calvert-Lewin. I swear he's even a Gunner. I swear he's an Arsenal fan. But there's just something about this brother that I just know this geezer's gonna turn into like prime, like I don't even know what tomorrow.
R9.
and Okafor is decent. He is a decent player. You know, he is. Like, it's not even like he's. Do you know what I mean? Like he would be a decent squad player in most of the top 6 sides. I was actually really surprised that when they signed him. So I'll be honest, like looking at these two battles, obviously I've got confidence in our back four, in our defense. Like we've been defending really well all season, not so much recently. But for me personally, these two players are the ones that if anybody's going to turn up tomorrow and put a little bit of a curveball, you know, in our title challenge, I feel like it's going to be these two players. So, you know, Big Gabby, Saliba, the back four, Raya, they're going to have to be on it tomorrow because, you know, the thing about sports and even football is like, it's psychological. Psychological. There's a massive psychological battle, you know. I remember watching a documentary about the Invincibles and the amount of teams that used to say how intimidated they were in the tunnel.
Absolutely.
And how many, even when teams were playing the great Fergie sides of the past, most teams lost before they even stepped foot on the pitch. I'm not sure, and I'll get your opinions on this. I'll come to you first, Ali, on this one. Do you feel like this Arsenal side? Do you feel like teams fear this Arsenal side? Do you feel like this Arsenal side has that psychological edge over their opposition going into games? Because I don't personally.
They've got the potential to do. And I think they have had spells where we have had that. 2022, 23, when we were 5-6 nillers, back-to-backs. smashing teams. So they've definitely got it in them. Are they consistent with that analysis? No, they're not. So it just depends on how they start. I know how they're going to play within 5 minutes. High press, keep the ball, sharp movements, fast movements. When Arsenal play like that, we've got the respect from every single coach in pretty much Europe. What they say, Arsenal are the best team in the Premier League. Arsenal are the best team in Europe. Arsenal are amazing all over the place. Arsenal are tactically adaptable. They're giving us all this praise. So we're not paying them to praise us.
Yeah.
So they're saying it because we're doing it something right on the pitch. But us as fans, we want that intimidation in the tunnel. We want someone to look at Declan Rice like a Vieira and be like, "Ooh, yeah, Zubimendi, Gilberto Silva."
Yeah.
So we've got the players to be consistent with that question that you've asked. But at the moment, the answer is no, we're not, because I think that fear factor was there when we're getting those clean sheets, G. I think, and Geeks, it was 7 in a row.
Oh, 100% it was.
And then since the Villa game, it's been a bit flat. And I think people have gone, oh, actually, maybe that we can get on these guys.
Yeah.
So we need to wrestle that statement back in our favour. And if we do that, we'll go on a run of 7, 8 wins in a row. But at the moment, I'm praying and hoping rather than sitting back and just going, yeah, we won tomorrow. Now it's like, oh, please, God, like, let's just get the first win on the board in this little mini slump. And then let's see if we can just go and blitz the next 3 or 4 games. Because if we do, that will take the stuff in and it will burst Aston Villa and Man City's pipes.
Sorry, I've got to bring this comment up. Nick changed his name to Neil. Oh man, listen, Dylan, you are making me feel so bad. And so are you, Neil. Shame on you both. You are making me feel so bad. I apologize, Nick. Hand on heart, I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. And these guys in the comments, if this was in school now, both of you would be in detention. Both of you would be in detention, man. You're not helping. You're making the situation worse. Oh God. I'm gonna come to you, Nick. I'm gonna come to you.
Neil,
do you think we can create that psychological edge without winning trophies?
No. I think do you remember when we played it was somebody in the Carling Cup, that's how old I am, boys. And it was League Cup, and basically they were through on goal and they snatched at the chance because we weren't giving up chances. Do you remember? It was all of those sort of headlines. Arsenal aren't giving up chances.
Yeah.
And I could see for the first time, because usually that would just be like 20-yarder in the back of our net. We always get hit by thunderbolts, you know. And they really scuffed it. And that happened around that game, that happened a couple of times. And I'm like, oh, I honestly believe it starts with our front line. When our front lines start performing and they start turning up, and we're talking about come the end of the season, who do we put in, Saka or Gyökeres for the player of the season? That conversation isn't even going to happen among our Arsenal fans. Let's face it, it's either midfield or defence. It's Timber, Rice. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing, and that they need to put the fear in other teams because they defend differently. They come at us differently, and that's where it starts from. It is that front three, front five, if you like. That's who've got to put the fear back in, because
when you think about it, like with the Invincibles, it was Henry, it was Bergkamp, it was Ljungberg,
Pires,
man,
right?
Kanu,
we had that sort of bit where it's like, it's okay, boys. Henry's fit. He's on the pitch today. That's what we need from Saka. Saka's fit. He's gonna tear you boys the next one. We're not having that conversation anymore. We're not saying Martinelli, Trossard. Nobody fears
Martinelli
these guys.
and Trossard, boys. This season now is all. They've got enough time to change that narrative, by the way, because there's 16 games left. Semi-final, the Carabao Cup. This is why that's why I say these next 3-4 weeks, we can either win the league, and then just, it's a procession, 7-8 points ahead, 10 games to go. just keep ticking over.
Yeah.
We got to beat Leeds this weekend.
Yes.
It's a must win at home against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup next week.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we've got to go and follow that up
Yeah.
with a win against Sunderland at home and a win at Brentford. We win those 4 games, there is a high chance that we extend our lead in the Premier League, and then we'll probably end up playing Man City in the final of the Carabao Cup, which I want. I desperately want that, actually.
Yeah, we need
because
that.
I think we need to smash someone big in a final to get that confidence and that belief
That'll be
within
a
this
huge boost.
dressing room.
Yeah.
So for
Huge
me,
boost.
I'm not. It's you boys are right. It starts from the attack. Saka has carried us for 3-4 years,
Yeah.
and it just shows 13 games, no goals, and we are struggling up front. How many times has Saka got us out of trouble over the last 3-4 years?
Yeah.
So can he somehow give us fans 10 games in the league out of 16? And can he just, boost that confidence, and that will develop in? Kai Havertz is the key to unlocking for me Gyökeres and Saka.
Yeah.
Because you cannot defend one-on-one with any of those 3.
Yeah.
And if they're on the pitch at the same time, that's a mad mix. You add Eze on the left, because for me, I think I pray and hope he goes and scores a hat-trick tomorrow. But for me, I think Trossard's going to be dry now. He's had his spell. He's dry for the end of the season, in my opinion.
I'm worried about that too.
He's run his course.
Yeah.
Martinelli's not good enough in the Premier League, technically. In the Champions League, he's getting his goals. Six goals, 7 appearances.
More space, yeah.
More space, getting it. Not in the Prem, not tomorrow. You bring in on Martinelli and Odegaard for me to see out the game. Play on the break, keep the possession with 2 goals to the good, 2-0, 3-1 up. Keep the ball. If they don't have the ball, they don't score.
Simple.
That's football.
Yeah.
The ball moves faster than the man. So can we start playing football like that rather than let's just do a circle in the middle of the pitch, let them realign the 4 and 5 banks, and then we're back to square one. That's what it's simple. Football's simple. They can only stop overcomplicating it.
Yep. Right, yeah. So obviously now we're going to come to Bobby's people's lineups. This one's already sending shivers down my spine. Obviously the way we do this is we look at obviously Arsenal fans, Bobby's people obviously send him not necessarily predicted lineups, but how they would obviously line up for the game. So the first lineup we've got on the screen here. For those who are listening and not necessarily watching, we've got Raya in goal. We've got a back 4 of Mosquera, White, Gabriel, and Hincapié. We've got a midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and a front 3 of Saka, Trossard, and Jesus. So, Nick, what would you give this out of 10 and why?
I got 5 on it. That's what it would be a 5. I've got to say, Mosquera and Gabriel as a centre-back pairing, I'm waiting for that to happen at some point. We've got to get this game won, so we need our strongest lineup for me. And that's Timber at right back. That is Havertz in for Odegaard. And that is potentially Gyökeres for Jesus.
100%.
Okay, so that's why it's a 5, because I don't feel that one doesn't get the assignment done.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I mean, you've basically highlighted everything that I felt uncomfortable when I saw this 11. Ali, I'll come to you next. We've got Raya in goal. We've got a back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Hincapié. We've got a midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, and Havertz. I know that will please you. And then we've got a front 3 of Saka on the right, Jesus playing in off the left, and Gyökeres down the middle. What are you giving this out of 10 and why?
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 all day. I want Jesus on the left. I don't want Martinelli and Trossard in that position. If he can do the defensive duty, Jesus on that left-hand side, he starts over those 2. I've been saying that for months anyway. You can go and look at previous streams when I was doing it with Bobby. When he came back, I said stick him on the left. He's a chaos player. He works hard. He's strong.
Direct as well.
Direct. he's a 1-2 touch footballer. That's what we need. Trossard takes too many touches. He's not quick enough. Jesus might have lost a bit of pace, but there's just something about that lad. Just give him a chance there. Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because that left-hand side is just there for someone just to take.
Yeah, it's there for someone to make it their own. It still is, yeah.
And look at that front 5 players, right? 4 players. Just say you have Havertz, Saka, Jesus, Gyökeres. Now, if that's standing in the tunnel, I'm thinking, bloody hell, it's going to be a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult shift today. Yeah,
but they're different as well, guys. They're different, and that's what that's what I like. You know, they can attack in different ways. And Havertz and Jesus doing a bit of tiki taka, slipping in Saka. You know, I'm liking that.
Can move out to the left, shifts into the centre 9. Jesus does that.
Yeah.
Saka goes to the left. Jesus goes to the right. He's played there for City. Havertz goes into the 9, Saka goes into the 10. Yeah, and then there's so many combinations with that front 4. It's fluid.
Yeah.
Then you don't know who to mark and when.
Yeah,
and then you got the physical presence of Havertz from set pieces in our box and in the attacking box. Height, power, pace, technical ability. We've got it all.
Yep. Next one for you, Nick. We've got Raya in goal. We've got back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Hincapié. We've got a midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Odegaard, and then we've got a front 3 of Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. I believe this is very close. If not, I think this was actually that mirrors the actual predicted lineup that we looked at earlier in the stream. So, what would you give this out of 10, and why?
7 for me, because it's not awful. I just want to shout out Timber, Hincapié, and Zubimendi, because I know Zubi a couple of goals and all the rest of it, but how he's transitioned over to the Prem. Hincapié, I like what I'm seeing. I do. Timber. My issues again is I don't think Trossard is the best option for this game. I'm saying it, and I'm going to say it again, because what usually happens, like my FPL team, he's going to drop a hat trick if he plays. Right? So there is no way he should be anywhere near the pitch. Please.
Why not? And why not? We'll take that.
And Odegaard is not the option for me at the moment, because I feel like that's a man trying to play himself back into form. This trophy run allows no passengers. So bring him on when he's confident, when he's got 15, 20 minutes left to go. He's not playing the system. He's allowed to bomb forward and just get a shot off. Play him then. Let him have a few quick wins at the end of a game where he's had an impact before we put him straight back in the team.
No, makes sense. To you, Ali, now, we've got a lineup of Raya in goal, back 4 of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. Didn't have the best of games earlier in the week in the Champions League. Midfield 3 of Zubi, Rice, Havertz, which I know you'll be a fan of. And then a front 3 of Saka on the right, Martinelli this time in off the left, and Gyökeres down the middle. Give it a score out of 10, and why?
8 out of 10. I think the reason I stayed quiet on the Hincapié one, because obviously Leeds are very good on the wings and they're very pacey. So I don't mind us being defensive minded with that Hincapié on that side of the pitch, because then with Calafiori going to bomb on, he might leave a little bit of space. With Havertz playing as a 10, I don't mind Martinelli on the left, because Havertz will find him a lot earlier, and he might, cut in and do something. But he's got 1 goal in the Premier League all season. So again, scoring a hat trick against Portsmouth, what does that do for me? Like, I'm not really fussed. Like, it's Portsmouth, with all due respect. Like, if you didn't score a hat trick that day, I expected someone like Anone or whatever to do something. Score a hat trick against Leeds away, and then I might change my tune. But then I'll say it's only 1 game, so show me again. Because at the end of the day, for me personally, Bobby hasn't said this to me privately or anything, I want him gone in the summer. Martinelli needs to leave, right? I'd rather let Martinelli go and keep Leo Trossard as a squad player next season.
Interesting.
Because for me, he doesn't have the technical ability.
Yeah, is that more to do with so the technical ability does it also have anything to do with the fact that Martinelli would probably bring in maybe a higher selfie than a Trossard?
The answer to your question is yes, he will. That's just a fact because he's younger.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, if I was the coach of this team, I'd back him until the end of the season. I'll play him sporadically. I'll play him in the cup matches. I'll play him in the Champions League, depending on who we're playing. But in the Prem, I would even consider him not being in part of the match day squad.
Okay.
But again, if I do that, Bobby's probably chuckling and going, yeah, but then his value is going to go down. So we've got to be careful. And then I might say he's got a knock or a niggle. Because for me, like, I'd rather see Max Dowman. I'd rather see Ethan Wanieri in the Premier League.
Okay.
So Norgard, like, the guy's not getting a look in. The guy's class. I've watched him play for 8 years. Like, the kids.
Yeah, because you've got a season ticket at Brentford.
Yeah. So Raya, Watkins, Ben Rama, Norgard. I've seen them all come. Who the hell are they? And they've gone on to bigger and better things from Brentford. Consta, I've seen them all. I've met them all. Rico Henry. Because where I used to work, they used to come and do their cool downs in the facility. Because the space I used to work used to sponsor that for them. It's all in West London. So I used to have conversations with them on a Sunday or a Monday when they're all stretching out. I've spoken to Thomas Frank many times, but it's just, I don't know, man. This is all down to Arteta, man.
Yeah. Right. Next lineup.
He's going to win us the league or lose it.
He is. I mean, he is. Next lineup, I'll come to you, Nick. We've got Raya in goal. We've got a back four of White, Gabriel Calafiori in at centre back, with Hincapié at left back. Midfield three of Zubi, Rice, and Odegaard, and a front three of Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres out of 10. And why?
That's a 6 for me because I don't. Calafiori coming back, he is a good centre back, but I wouldn't be doing that pairing with White at right back. I want Timber. The Odegaard again and the Trossard again. So that's like 5 players away from, I think, nearly, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 that I wouldn't go with. So yeah, 6.
No problem. And Ali, I mean, this is an interesting one. A very interesting one. We've got Raya in goal. We've got a back four of Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. They've chosen to, I imagine, bench Hincapié. Midfield three of Zubi, Rice, and Havertz. And then, interestingly, dropping Saka for Madueke, playing Eze in off the left, and Gyökeres through the middle. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I have to think about this one. 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think bar Calafiori, maybe I'd go for Hincapié, but I think that's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at combinations. So if Calafiori's playing, Eze on the left as well is difficult because they're going to be too high at the pitch to get back. If you've got someone like a Martinelli or a Jesus, they might do that graft to help Calafiori out because Calafiori is going to be doing a lot of overlapping and underlaps.
Gents, do you feel like Madueke done enough last game to warrant a first?
No,
I didn't either.
His end product is a problem.
Yes, agreed.
Again, he's doing well in Europe. He's done nothing in the Prem.
Yeah,
he's done everything in Europe. Why has he done everything in Europe? Because he's got more space to work in.
Space, time.
Because do you know what we've done in this summer window? We've padded out our squad with very good quality, right? Honest views on Noni, 6, 7 out of 10 for me.
I think that's 6 for me.
He needs to do a lot more. And I think I'm just trying to think, where has he actually done well in the league? What's he done well? What's he done good? Nottingham Forest.
The thing is, you know what? The thing is,
he's done better.
The thing is, yeah, I feel like he's played well.
I agree with you.
And I don't think that is the issue. I think he plays, he starts, he comes on the bench. I think he's bright. I think he's busy.
That's it. He's bright.
I think he's bright. He's busy. I think he is an absolute nightmare for a fullback. Sure. The problem is he gets into the position in the final third where he's got to then decide to take the shot, or he's got to cut it back, or he's got to put it across the box, and it just
That's the
doesn't
problem.
quite work. It doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite materialize. Whereas with Saka, often I look at Madueke, and please don't kill me, people, but often I look at Madueke, and sometimes I think like there are times when I enjoy watching Madueke more than Saka.
I know what you mean. Because it's
but-
more exciting. You don't know where it's going to go.
The problem is it comes to
end
nothing.
product.
Yeah, it comes to nothing. That whereas Saka, I feel like is a little bit more one-dimensional than Madueke, but proof's in the pudding. You can see the assists. Obviously not recently, 13 games, but you can see the assists. You can see the goals. Like the stats don't lie. But I think like aesthetically, looking at Madueke when he plays, like he does excite me. He does get me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get on the edge of my seat, I'm like, oh gosh, like nothing comes of it.
You're spot on, because what you've said is exactly what I say about him. He's bright.
Yeah.
And then you go, what's he actually? Because there's like before he got injured, if people finished their dinner, he would have had a lot more assists. But then he's what Martinelli can be like with finishing, Madueke is with passing that final ball. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, he's over here, it's gone there, it's gone. And it's just if he could just start getting assists, it might start snowballing for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm telling you now, like if
Madueke
fixes his end product, I'm telling you right now, in terms of right wingers, he's right up there.
Yeah,
he's right up there.
If we pace, power, dribbling ability, transitional pace, directness, he could be. Look, he's got elements of Rafinha about him. Rafinha wasn't refined until he got to Leeds, and then he took it to another level at Barcelona because there's more space.
And even when he went to Barca, he struggled. People forget this.
When he
went to Barca, he struggled.
He's 23. He's
still young.
So he's got time on his side, but we need to win now. We ain't got 2 years to wait. So if you're going to play him, stick him on the left wing, or stick Saka on the left and play Noni on the right. Gyökeres through the middle. I think Saka is a very intelligent football player. I love the appreciation of the ball that he has. For me, he starts every game because he's that good. Because he's got that strength, that hold-up play, just that second assist. Not the guy that assists, but the guy that gives the ball to the guy to assist for the goal. So in a game where I expect some gaps to appear, we need Saka definitely on the pitch. That lineup that was previously on the previous slide, I'll give it a 6. If the team was in form, I'd give it an 8 or a 9, but I'm going to give it a 7 because with the players that we have available and the form that we're in, we cannot take that risk with that lineup.
No, I hear it. And I mean, we've got to the point now in the stream, obviously, where I've put it in the comments and I can see them coming through. So that's really, really good. Obviously, as you are our guest, Nick, I'm going to come to you first. So obviously, huge game. Dropped points against Poole, dropped points against Forest, dropped even more points against United. We've heard your thoughts on obviously lineups and how we should approach the game and how you're feeling. Give us your score prediction for the game this weekend.
If it is the lineup we think it's likely to be, a stressy 3-1. And what I mean by that, it is like the late goal makes it the third. If it is a more adventurous lineup, it's there for the boys to get a 4-0. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of I'm confident, and it depends. So I'm going to go 3-1 for the more likely lineup. I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Nick is saying that we're going to win 3-1 this week, and let's hope he's right. Ali, I'll come to you. What are you thinking in terms of scoreline for this weekend's game?
I don't know, man. I really don't. The lineup is crucial. If Havertz starts, I think we win this game 3-4-1. But if he starts Odegaard, we're lucky to get a 2-1 victory. We're getting into that phase now where I'm still of the same opinion of pick the right team and we'll win. But he's not picking the right team that I want. That the team that I believe could do some damage in all the games. Like Eze for me should have started against United. So it's become very. So my confidence started to dwindle after the Sunderland game, the Villa game, then I started to be like, okay, what's going on here? And then that pattern we haven't come out of that pattern, that rut. We're spoiled. We've lost 3 games all season. What are we complaining about? In all competitions. But the reality is, the fans have the frustration, and rightly so, because we should be 8-9 points clear, if we're being honest. But we're not. And the facts are, we're 4 points clear, and we need to maintain that 4-point gap. I don't think Spurs are going to do anything against Manchester City. I think they'll get smoked. So if we don't win this weekend, 2 points and then fasten your seatbelt, because squeaky bum time starts with 15 games to go. So, I'm
telling you now.
Me, I mean, 2-1. I would love it to be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, but 5-1, it's not going to happen.
I mean, if we don't win this weekend, it's going to get very toxic very quickly.
And that's because we haven't won for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Like, I hate to be a pessimist, but I think this could be a draw. And I'm going to go 1-1. This is not what I want. I want us to win. I want us to win convincingly. But I've just, it is PTSD. I just feel like in the league, I kind of feel like we're out of form. We're not defending well, and I feel like there might be some doubts creeping into the players' minds. I think most teams coming into the fixtures now will probably notice that there are some cracks starting to show. I think this could be potentially a really difficult game, and I think it could potentially end in a 1-1 draw. Which again, I think the reaction show on Sunday, if that happens, is going to be absolutely horrid. But we will be here regardless, rain, sun, snow, sleet. We will be here to obviously react the game. So obviously on that note, Bobby, if you could give our guest Nick the stage, please. Let them know where they can find you.
Just around the Gooniverse, really. I'm wherever a dialing Gooner is needed, I will be there to help my fellow Gooners.
Ali?
So you'll find geeks on the Football Takeover then.
Hey!
Yeah, so here at Football Takeover on YouTube, and then obviously on X, Instagram, TikTok, Football TK Over.
Wicked. And yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I'm G Talks Arsenal, your host. Not so much of a good host tonight. Please forgive me, Nick.
Very good host.
For getting your name wrong a couple of times. But yeah, you can find me on obviously our YouTube channel, which is the one you're viewing at the moment, which is Football Takeover. You can also find me on X. G Talks Arsenal is my handle. If you would like to join our Discord, then all you need to do is jump on X, send me a DM. And then I will send you one use only invite so you can join our community. I just want to thank everybody. Obviously in the comments, we've got close to 300 people watching at the moment. We did hit a milestone the other day, which was 300 subs. So thank you so much for all the support. We have collected a couple of subs throughout this stream, so that's nice. So for whatever reason, if you are part of the 244 people watching right now and you haven't subscribed to the channel, thank you for watching, but please do head over to YouTube. Whether you're watching on X, whether you're watching on YouTube, we would really appreciate it if you would just obviously go onto our YouTube channel and click that subscribe button. Now, in terms of when we will be back on Sunday at 6:45 p.m/7 p.m. Ali, is it 6:45 or 7 p.m. that we're back?
We are in for 6:45.
Excellent. So we are back at 6:45 p.m. On Sunday for the reaction show. As Bobby says, I'm going to put the mistakes down is because I haven't had a new trim. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Do you know what I mean? If I had a new trim, I'd be firing on all cylinders. So I'm going to put it down to the fact that my barber let me down last week and I've had to change my barber last minute. So that's the reason why I've made the mistakes, people. But yeah, all jokes aside, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you so much, obviously, Bobby, for being in the background, getting these slides together, just supporting us, even though your health isn't 100%. We love you. We appreciate you. Well. So we wish you a speedy recovery and we can't wait to have you back. Ali, as always, Coach Ali. I mean, he's literally Coach Ali all the time. He's always checking in on me, always seeing how I am. At the moment, he's massively supporting me with my kind of gym regime. So thank you so much, Ali. This is not just a podcast thing. This is a lot more, you know, deeper than that. We are a family here at the Football Table.
100%.
And obviously, thank you so much, Nick, for your time. You know, obviously this Friday evening, we really appreciate you taking your time out, you know, from family plans, whatever it is, to obviously come and spend an hour and 10 with us. So thank you so much. We can't wait to have you back. And obviously, everybody who's watching, everybody in the comments, everybody who's subscribed, we thank you so much. Hopefully, you know, well, we will be back regardless at 6:45 p.m. on Sunday. But let's hope that this time we're actually celebrating a Premier League win. So from me, from Ali, from Bobby, and from Nick, we wish you a blessing evening. Come on, you Gunners. Have a lovely evening, people. Take care.